One day, she finally brought the kids over on Saturday. As her cooking was terrible, she let them eat fast food, and surprisingly, none complained. The kids understood their dad's struggles, but the only thing bothering them was that he didn't do everything he could to save their mom. Daniel would have loved to. If things were that simple, she wouldn't be in this mess. And just then, Miranda showed up an hour early to pick someone up. As the kids were about to leave, Daniel quickly signaled them to sit down, explaining that the horn wasn't a command, it was their time to chill. Excitement overcame her. She snapped, chilling the air like a fridge. Luckily, Miranda arrived to ease the tension. When the couple met, it was like arrows aimed at each other. Neither wanted to miss a chance to jab. But fortunately for Miranda, she had no intentions of continuing this. She had to go to the paper to post a nanny ad. Her brooming career left no time for family. Suddenly, Daniel saw a glimmer of hope and suggested picking the kids up after school daily and returning them after work. It was a win-win, but clearly Miranda had no plans for that. Instead, she took it upon herself to slightly alter Miranda's phone number, ensuring she'd never be able to reach her. This bold idea popped into Daniel's head. The next day, she discreetly called Miranda using a different voice, fishing for what she wanted in a nanny. While testing her patience, she could gather nanny needs, wait for the right moment, and disguise herself as an experienced nanny. To ensure everything went smoothly, she enlisted the help of a friend. After hearing her plan, her friend was all in. Her friend mixed lime in a bucket, then slathered white goo on Daniel's face to create a mold, and poured the lime to fake a mold of Daniel's face. Finally, with false teeth and glasses on, a kind nanny emerged. That night, she arrived for the job interview, greeting the kids warmly with a copied smile. While posing as a nanny, she casually brought up the kids' little issues while offering up solutions, significantly boosting Miranda's approval rating of her. However, the oldest daughter wasn't too keen on this grandma and wished her dad would come back to take care of the family. Hearing her daughter's dependence, warm emotions surged. Miranda invited her to the kitchen for tea, eager to show she was a competent nanny, tackling all the chores while praising how tidy everything was in the kitchen. Suddenly, this made Miranda think of her useless ex-husband, feeling he never appreciated her strengths. Daniel was so at home in the kitchen, she could have easily walked into a burning inferno. Miranda was curious why she worked so smoothly and already knew in her heart that she was craving approval. Meanwhile, Miranda desperately needed someone who understood her, so naturally, Daniel secured the job and hopped on the bus home. The single bus driver developed a crush on her and made a bold move, but Daniel just laughed it off as she headed home. Just then, she ran into the court-appointed prosecutor and accidentally blurted out his name. But since she was still in disguise, she quickly claimed to be Daniel's sister. The inspector had arranged a sanitation check with Daniel. Upon hearing, he suddenly realized. Busy with nanny matters for days, she forgot her prosecutor appointment and had to drag the landlord upstairs. Things took a turn for the worse. She first sent the prosecutor to check other rooms while she rushed back to change, but the prosecutor wanted to meet the only woman in the house. She hurriedly raced back to change, but in her chaotic state, the mask fell downstairs, and a passing fire truck mercilessly crushed it. The scene was a shock. She crept into the kitchen, hoping to hide her face, and saw a cake in the fridge, a glimmer of hope. The moment the prosecutor stepped into the kitchen, she buried her face in the cake, claiming it was her new facial treatment method. All night, Daniel was juggling identities, and by morning, our friend came through with a fresh mask just in time. After finishing a gig at the TV station, she jumped into her nanny job. The relaxed vibe of being a dad was gone, replaced by an unfamiliar. She made a rule: no TV while doing homework. Only by following the rules could they expect any rights. If kids dare to resist, they clean until tired. Only inspiration can lead them to a future. When it came to cooking, Daniel was in over her head. She had never made a meal for the kids and was following the recipe while adding ingredients, only to turn it into a hot mess. In a rush, she overboiled water and scooped it by hand. She tried to stay calm, unaware flames were upon her. By the time she realized the fire was raging, her dinner was toast. She had to get everything ready before Miranda returned, and it was the same all-plan order takeout. She neatly arranged the takeout food, and when Miranda came back, the kids had finished their homework. She genuinely felt proud of their progress. Miranda caught her hard at work, and they exchanged smiles. The kids finally realized that the nanny was genuinely putting in the effort. As Daniel was finishing her shift, the oldest daughter ran out to apologize for acting out, admitting it was due to being unable to shake off the shadow of her parents' divorce. But today, she saw her mother wearing a rare smile, and she couldn't recall the last time Mom had smiled like that. All this change happened because of the nanny's arrival. Although Daniel was glad her daughter felt that way, she felt even more guilty. If she hadn't disguised herself as a nanny, she wouldn't have realized just how much pain she had caused Miranda. Back on the bus, the same smitten driver saw her. This time, Daniel revealed her thick-like hair. Awkwardness filled the air. Gradually, Daniel completely blended into the family in her nanny role, and the kids' resistance melted away. The kids kicked a soccer ball on the lush grass, rode bikes in the park, and Daniel began to let loose, discovering joy in life. Busy as a bee, she learned various cooking techniques and gradually mastered everything a nanny needed to know. Just as life was about to fall into place, Miranda's ex showed up and crashed Daniel's beautiful dreams. She glared at him from upstairs, knowing she couldn't do anything just yet as she quietly plotted to take out the competition. Suddenly, she spotted the rival's Benz parked outside and had a light bulb moment. She yanked off the car emblem and barged in on their conversation, presenting it to her rival, claiming she found it on the street. Miranda wanted her to stay a bit longer because the ex was taking her out for drinks, meaning she'd be late coming back.